What's going on, y'all? We're gonna do Matthew 10 today. It's snowing outside. I'm walking to my car because that's where I'm gonna be recording at today. But yeah, snowing in the Berry. Beautiful, beautiful scene here that God has blessed us with. Snow is very nice. It's it's really nice here. It's cold though. Let's get into it. Matthew 10. He called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits, cast them out, and to heal every disease and every infirmity. The names of the 12 apostles are these: first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the Cananaean, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Now, these guys are the people that Jesus has be laborers. You know, when we spoke about the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few yesterday, those are his laborers in this time. These 12 Jesus sent out, charging them, go nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and preach as you go, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without pay, you will give without pay. Take no gold, nor silver, nor copper in your belts, no bag for your journey, nor 2 tunics, nor sandals, nor staff. For the laborer deserves his food. And in whatever town or village you enter, find out who is worthy in it, and stay with him until you depart. As you enter the house, salute it, and if the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And if anyone who will not receive you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet as you leave that house or town. Truly I say to you, it shall be more tolerable on the day of judgment than for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah for this town. He calls the apostles to bring back the lost sheep. And oftentimes we are the lost sheep when we indulge in sin, and those who don't know what sin holds onto their soul. Us Christians are supposed to go out and bring in the lost sheep, and it's hard, but that's an example that we can take from Jesus. Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils and flog you in their synagogues. And you will be dragged before governors and kings for my sake, to bear testimony before them and the Gentiles. When they deliver you up, do not be anxious about how you are to speak or what you are to say. For what you are to say will be given to you in that hour. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will deliver brother up to death, and the father and his child. And children will rise against parents, and you will have put them to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who endures to the end will be saved. And when they persecute you in one town, flee to the next. For truly I say to you, you will not have gone through all the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. A disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for the disciple to be like his teacher, and the servant like his master. But if they have called the master of the house of Beelzebul, how much more will they malign those of his household? Jesus tells us so simply and straightforward. There will be instances where you will be persecuted for your faith, for his sake. But he also tells us, do not be anxious or do not worry about what you are to say or how you are to act, because in that moment he's going to be with you. He's going to watch over you and take care of you. It is not you who speak, it is the Holy Spirit speaking through you. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who endures to the end will be saved. A lot of the time, as Christians, we give our life to Jesus and then carry on with sin, temptation. But Jesus is telling us here, he who endures to the end will be saved. We are to endure and be different and act in the way of God, and we will be hated for it. But what profit a man that he gain the whole world but loses his soul? So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, utter in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim upon the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny, and not one of them will fall to the ground without your Father's will? But even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, you are of more value than many sparrows. So everyone who acknowledges me before men, I will also acknowledge before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. So there are 2 things that we can highlight here that Jesus speaks about. One of the more important parts is, whoever denies me before men, but I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. You know, Jesus tells us plainly here. He tells us, whoever denies me before men, I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. We cannot deny Jesus. When we accept him into our heart and we say that we are Christians and we want to encounter the kingdom of heaven and we want to be more like him, we cannot deny our faith and our worship and our reliance in him. That is something that is essential, because if you deny him, then he will deny you. And fear not the person who can kill the body, but who can kill the body and the soul. You know, all this stuff that you have on earth, all of these possessions, all, you know, maybe cars, clothes, money, good job, a girlfriend. I mean, you know, all that stuff is nice, but that will come to pass. But at the end of the day, your soul is what's important. Your souls matter. Your souls are precious. And whoever is in control of that, you need to figure that out and serve and worship them for just giving you the opportunity to have a relationship with them, because they're the Lord over your souls, and that's Jesus Christ. So we are to fear him. We are not to be afraid of him. We are to fear him in a way that we are respectful and acknowledging of his mightiness. But also we need to acknowledge his love, his kindness, his gentleness. Do not think that I have come to bring peace on earth. I have not come to bring peace but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes will be those of his own household. He who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. Once again, this is pretty plain and simple. Jesus, you know, he's not saying that we are going to literally be in complications with our parents if we follow him. But he's telling us more plainly and simply that there will be issues, or there will be moments that could be awkward in your family. You know, maybe you have a parent or a loved one or a relationship, and you know, you're trying to give your life to Jesus, whether you're new or whether you're current, and you just want to serve and glorify Jesus Christ. But maybe a parent or a sister or a boyfriend or girlfriend or a cousin or a son or a daughter sees that and condemns you for it. But that's a part of your cross. Jesus asks us to crucify those parts of us that are sinful, those parts of us that don't involve him, and he asks us to give it to him in prayer and in thanksgiving. And that's what taking up your cross is. Taking up your cross, you being crucified, you're crucifying your flesh, your sinful desire, your temptation, and you're praying it away to Jesus. And you're also acknowledging that, you know, it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Being a Christian is not an easy life. However, that's part of the cross, because someone died for you so you can live forever with them just because they love you so much. And you don't deserve it. I don't either. But taking up your cross is so much more than people realize. It's avoiding temptation. It's avoiding sin. It's avoiding just stuff that doesn't involve Jesus. You know, I mean, and I'm not saying like you can't do, you know, like I play soccer. If it doesn't involve Jesus, I can't play it. No, I'm not saying that. But if it becomes more important than Jesus, if Jesus is not at the top, and if he is not at the center of my life, what am I really living for, you know? Jesus needs to be the tippity top, the center, the main focus of your life, because he is the one that's in control of it, not you. He loves you and he wants the best for you. So we are to love him the most. And that's hard. It really is hard. I struggle with that too. I'm not perfect. I never will be. I'm far from it. But one thing that isn't in question is that Jesus Christ had the gentleness and meekness to bring me towards him, and I at least owe him the love of my heart higher than anyone else. So acknowledge the things that you struggle with. Give them to Jesus. And like he said, but he who endures to the end will be saved. But you who endure to the end will be saved. Endure. Take up your cross. Follow. He who receives you receives me, and he who receives me receives him who sent me. He who receives a prophet because he is a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he who receives a righteous man because he is a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives to one of these little ones even a cold cup of water because he is a disciple, truly I say to you, he shall not lose his reward. A lot of the time, we do good things and we don't get anything in return. You know, we do righteous acts and we don't get anything in return. We do stuff that helps people and doesn't hurt people. And we see those who hurt people be rewarded. Jesus is telling you right here, plain and simply, you will receive your reward. Just have faith in him and ask for his forgiveness of your sins. And that is going to be Matthew 10, you guys. Sorry for the lights. It's cold out there. You guys make sure you stay warm. I hope each and every one of you have a blessed and fruitful day. God bless.